The rain was a relentless drumbeat on the dilapidated roof of the Danvers State Hospital. This wasn't a set for a movie. It was the real, abandoned asylum, a place steeped in over a century of patient suffering and experimental procedures. For the five-man asbestos, abatement, Krugerdon, Phil, Mike, Hank, and Jeff, it was just a job. A race to clear the hazardous material before the wrecking ball arrived. They were under immense pressure, and the vast, echoing silence of the asylum, broken only by their breathing and the scratching of their tools, began to work on them. Gordon, the crew chief, was already struggling. His newborn baby was barely speaking, and his wife, Claire, was distant. The strain was palpable. Then they found the tapes. 9 audio recordings hidden in a secret room, labeled Session 9. These weren't benign administrative records. They were therapy sessions with a former patient, Mary Hobbs, a young woman with a chillingly fractured identity. As the men listened, Mary's voice, initially soft and childlike, would switch to the demanding, cruel tones of Simon. The air in the hospital grew colder, heavier. Small, unnerving things began to happen. Jeff, the youngest, vanished without a trace, his flashlight left flickering in the gloom. The others searched, their flashlights carving uneasy paths through the empty wards. But only the unsettling sound of a child's laugh seemed to answer them. The tapes became an obsession for Gordon. He listened, rapt, as the psychiatrist on the recording pressed Mary about Simon. "Where does Simon live?" the doctor asked. Mary's terrified, little girl voice whispered back, "Simon lives in the cuckoo's nest." But the voice that followed, deep and utterly devoid of compassion, was Simon's. "I live right here," it hissed. The crew started to turn on each other. Phil found a small, significant item that belonged to Gordon's wife, left in a hidden corner of the hospital, suggesting Gordon had been there before the job started, maybe even while the hospital was still active. The discovery tore the already fraying trust to shreds. In the asylum's belly, beneath the peeling paint and the shadows that seemed to move, Gordon, lost in the overwhelming weight of the place and the horrifying revelations of the tapes, finally let the darkness claim him. He saw something, a terrible truth, reflected in the eyes of his desperate crewmate, Hank. The final, shattering revelation was captured in the last moments of the 9th session. Mary's therapist, finally pushing too far, asked Simon where he went after he performed his act. Simon's voice, now calm and utterly terrifying, replied, "I go home." As the rain stopped and the sun broke over Danvers, the crew's fate was sealed not by the building, but by the malevolent presence that had lived within it and, horrifyingly, had followed one of them home long ago. The asylum didn't just house the disturbed, it amplified the darkness already dwelling inside. The bone-chilling realization wasn't about who committed the terrible deeds within those walls, but what entity had taken up residence in a person and then returned to its haunting, desolate abode.